Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ida and thank you all for tuning in today. For today's video, I will be sharing with you my Chanel handbag, shoe, and SLG collection. So in my previous videos, I've shared some of my Louis Vuitton pieces with you guys, so I thought for today I'll switch things out and share Chanel. I do have a handful of pieces, so I think I'll go along from my oldest piece to the newest piece while sharing some of my opinions on them. So with that said, let's get started. So I feel like my first piece of Chanel is a lot of people's first piece as well, and that would be the Chanel wallet on chain. This one is the black caviar leather with the CC stitching and silver hardware. So I remember getting this, gosh, it must have been almost 10 years ago as a got into university gift from my parents, and I remember getting this for approximately 9,000 Hong Kong dollars in the Chanel boutique in Central. However, I don't think this is readily available anymore. So when it comes to the wallet on chain, I feel like even though it is a classic, it is a very love or hate type of bag. You either think it fits just the right amount or that you think it is too small and it doesn't fit anything. For me, I think it is very versatile just because there is a wallet card slots inside and I just need cash. It fits my phone and it's very versatile as well, so I can use it to go to brunch with my friends or dress it up as a clutch. I think the original chain is quite long just because I'm quite petite. You can easily just cross them over and shorten it or double loop it. So I love how versatile it is, so that way it can sit well on my shoulders or sit nicely crossbody. So this is my very first Chanel, the wallet on chain. So this is my second Chanel. I remember getting this after my first annual bonus for my first job, and this is, I don't have the exact name for it, but this is like a half quilted, and you can see on the side there's like a accordion style kind of flat bag. Size wise is I think it is medium size, and of course silver hardware. And you can see as you open it up, I still have my stuffing inside just because this is how I keep all of my bags. It's a very nice like stretch to it. And I feel like this is the perfect classic bag for me. Just because when it comes to Chanel, you'll notice that I don't have their classic style. I think the classic quilted style is quite it looks too much for me. I kind of like a little minimalistic, understated bag. And so with this kind of leather, clean leather, and just a little bit of stitching at the front and the quilting at the back just suits my lifestyle or my style much more. And there's just the sides, if you can see. I do love how at the top there are 4 loops so that I can carry it as a shoulder bag, or I can lengthen it back as a shoulder bag, like so. So this bag actually fits a lot just because of the kind of like 4 compartments that it has. You can see it opens up very wide and you can kind of compartmentalize everything. So at the back, you can put your passport, you can put your wallets, even your Kindle fits inside, and at the front, you can put your tissue or lip balm inside, and it closes very nicely. And this is my third Chanel, the Chanel boy bag in the Chevron calfskin leather with the gunmetal hardware. I usually carry this during the winter just because the chain length fits very well on my body as a crossbody. Although it doesn't fit a lot, as you can see, that's kind of about it inside. I do love how grungy and edgy the metal hardware looks. So as you can tell by now, I usually stick to the classic black Chanel handbag just because I'm not very a colorful person to start with. Hence, I will not really choose like bright pinks, bright yellows kind of handbags. But my newest Chanel handbag, which I actually got about 1 to 2 years ago by now, would be the Chanel Square Mini in the silver caviar leather. So I got this on a whim when I was traveling at the Hong Kong airport actually. And as you can see, I've added a little HRH short handle, top handle on it, just because I feel like it sits very well and gives it a very nice touch to it if I were to carry it as a crossbody, which I do. However, if I tuck the chain in, I can actually use this as a top handle bag. So actually, let me show you my favorite way of wearing this. So this would be the way that I wear this the most, with the top handle chain that I added additionally, and just the chain kind of dripping down effortlessly. Because I actually wear a lot of silver hardware, as you can see from my video and previous videos, this actually complements my outfit a lot, and I actually got a lot of compliments on the color choice as well. Although I think this is my least, like my boyfriend's least favorite handbag. I will not let this go just because I love the silver metallic of it, and of course it is a square mini. It is rare to get, so this would be my newest handbag. So actually, that is all of the Chanel handbags that I have. Not a lot, but I do love all of the pieces. But besides handbags and then Chanel costume jewelry like brooch, like earrings that I have, I do want to share two other pieces just because they are the only other two Chanel pieces that I have, and that would be the Chanel sippy coin pouch. So as you can see, this one I got it at the end of last year as a little birthday present to myself. I got this as in a cream color caviar leather and in like gold hardware. Honestly, would I recommend this item? Not necessarily, just because I've been using this for approximately 4 to 5 months now, and there are quite a lot of wear and tear. Not sure if it will focus, but as you can see, the logo, the Chanel logo, it's scratched up a little bit, and then on the leather pole, it's already kind of darkened up for some reason. Not sure if because there's like usually I add a keychain onto it or whatnot, but it has darkened up and there are some fraying at the tip as well. Another thing, besides the normal wear and tear, I do find that it's actually quite difficult to fit cards inside. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let me pull you closer. So you can see, okay, inside there's a very nice accordion style compartment. However, if I were to put a card inside, you can see I have to slot in between like the top or the bottom. Not sure if it's showing, but I can't fit anything in between just because of this little zigzag inside. So I find that it's quite troublesome, and it actually doesn't fit as much as you think. So if I were to slot it in, you can see one is at the top and one is at the bottom. I can't fit anything like in between just because of how tight in between the spaces are. I can fit some at the top, no problem, but actually the middle compartment is where I actually use the most. So I was kind of disappointed by that. However, I've been using this every day just because it does hold more than a card holder. But otherwise, I just thought this is something that I haven't seen people mentioning, and I've been struggling with that compartment quite a lot. But that would be the only small leather goods that I own from Chanel. So the last thing I'm going to mention would be these Chanel Espadrilles. This is actually my third pair. I sold my second pair and then I let go of my first pair just because the first pair was the very first ones that they did where it's like a very thin sole. However, these ones, of course, I've been wearing it, so it's quite disgusting. But these are quite comfortable and they have a very heavy base. However, I do have to add an inner sole inside just because it is quite flat, and if I have to stand for a long period of time, my feet do tend to ache a little bit. So my insole has a sticker and it ruined the bottom layer, but that's fine. It's not really a very big problem. I do love them. They are quite comfortable, but sometimes I feel like I just need one pair just because their CC Chanel logo is quite shouty, and so I think the color that I picked, which is like a black on a gray tweed, works very well for me. Another item that I actually used to own is the vintage Chanel CC backpack, but I sold that just because it's vintage and the leather is not on its best condition. It's kind of sticky and it's a very gold buttery hardware. I wasn't wearing it, so I decided to sell it instead of sitting in my closet collecting dust. So yeah, I don't want to keep this video too long, but I'm going to insert a clip quickly covering the other Chanel accessories and brooches that I own. But with that said, this video turns out to be my entire Chanel collection. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any comments regarding any of the specific pieces, please do let me know in the comments below. But with that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!